How's it going, everybody? We're back again for another episode of Too Fast, Too Duels. I'm here today with my lovely co-host, Dakota. How are you doing today?
Pretty good. How about you?
Oh, I'm not that great, buddy.
You ready to go fast today?
I'm ready to go fast, but as you can see, you know, like in Game of Thrones, when a call loses a fight, I've lost, and now I've had to cut my hair.
You're taking your loss from the previous episode that hard?
Yeah, taking it to heart, too.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You put on a good fight.
Yeah, good enough.
I feel like those games could have gone either way.
Until the end where I totally just gave in. I was like, yeah, you know what, fuck it. I'm going out on my own sword. So we are a small channel here, and what we would like to ask of you kindly, please, if you would, we would like to see some likes, some comments, and some subscribes, just any interaction really with the channel. We do appreciate comments, especially. We go down into the comments and we like to have some chats with you guys every once in a while, whether it be some displays or misplays you saw, some things you liked, if you liked some of the decks that we built, if you had some cool ideas for future episodes or activities, you know, that'd be kind of cool. We've been kicking around some stuff with Discord lately. Yeah. Maybe we'll finally get that going.
Yeah.
But for those of you who haven't been here before or haven't seen this channel before, this is a Speed Duel series where we take a giant wheel that has all the skills in Speed Duel, including the new ones that have just come out. And we each spin the wheel one time and get a skill. And then we take that skill and we have 20 minutes to build a deck around it. At the end of those 20 minutes, we come together for a match best 2 out of 3. And we see who built the better deck or who got screwed over harder. So without any further introductions, are we ready to spin for the first time, for the last time?
For the first time. All right.
That's a Spaceballs joke, isn't it? That's yeah, that's Lone Star. We meet again for the first time, for the last time.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I did spin it and it landed on Delicious Morsel. I have no clue what this is.
Delicious Morsel.
Camula.
What the hell is that thing?
Oh, this is the vampire lady, right?
Sure, I don't know. Jesus Christ.
Playing some vampires today, I guess.
Oh my god. What? Where is she from?
GX.
Like, I know there were like spirits of monsters and stuff in that anime, but what the hell is she? She's like fucking what's that girl from Mortal Kombat who wears the thing over her face? She's like a snake mouth.
Melina.
Yeah, it's like Melina.
Yeah, I think she's quite literally a vampire. So like how in the original series we had the you know, the rare hunters.
Yes.
We had these guys and like each of them had like their individual gimmick and their deck went with like their personal gimmick. So she was a vampire and she played vampire cards.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's get to it then. Delicious Morsel is a Camula skill. Camula. For skill activation at the start of the duel, flip this card over. For the effect, during the end phase, if a zombie vampire monster you control inflicted battle damage to your opponent this turn, gain life points equal to half the total battle damage your monsters inflicted to your opponent this turn. Pretty vampiric in theme there.
Yeah, but also sounds very much like a gimmick. This sounds like a very waste of a card, especially when I actually have tried out her other skill card and it's actually very good.
Well, shall we spin again?
All right, let's see what you get. Oh, wow. Vampiric Atrocity. This is probably the other one.
Atrocity?
Yeah, I think it was.
It is.
sorry, I don't.
She looks nice in this photo.
Wow, we're having a mirror match, but you're getting the good one.
So we'll see. All right. Vampiric Atrocity is also a Camula skill. For skill activation, flip this card over when you activate this skill. For the effect, once per duel during your main phase, you can change the name of one zombie vampire monster you control to Vampire Lord while it's face up on the field. Each vampire genesis you control gains the following effect. If this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can target one card in your opponent's graveyard and set it to your field.
Yep.
So is this the one you're talking about, I assume?
Yep.
Okay. Because Vampire Genesis was from that structure deck, and it has to be summoned with Vampire Lord, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually had tried out the skill card before. It's pretty much just like Vampire Genesis Turbo, but
it seems like it.
He already has like a very, you know, like okay-ish effects. his summoning condition is actually a special, so it does not take up your normal. And the fact that it does require, you know, Vampire Lord, but now you can treat any vampire as Vampire Lord. It's like anytime that Genesis is in your hand, he's instantly live. And him gaining the additional effect is a card. Like, it doesn't always come up because you don't always need to or feel the need to steal the opponent's card. But if it's a good card, like you just stole.
Oh yeah, I just thought it doesn't say it has to be a monster. It could be a back row card. Like if you have like a trap or something, I want to use.
Right.
Or a quick play spell or something.
Right. So again, like it is situational, but it is an additional effect that you get for free. And, you know, it can come up where you just outed a problematic card. And if you stole the card, now it's a problem for your opponent. So
yeah.
All right. So a mirror match. I don't like my odds on this one because it's like,
well,
I don't think I can get away playing the exact same deck that you're probably going to play.
Well, I will say this though, at least you have one thing over me here. You have the previous experience with vampires. I have never played vampires before. I don't know what's involved in Speed Duel, so you at least have that over me.
Yeah, I mean, like there's already quite a few vampire cards, but you also get the added benefit where some of them just have natural synergy with just zombie cards. So we're both also getting that benefit.
These cards have vampire in quotes. Does that mean like are there specific vampire monsters, or are they just like this monster is treated as a vampire? Or something like that.
Yeah, so like they're mostly like always zombie cards, but it's just like if it has zombie in its name text, like it's a vampire card.
Oh, so zombie dragon then would be like a vampire card?
It doesn't say vampire in the name.
Oh, okay. You said if it says zombie in the name.
No. Like vampires are always zombie type cards.
Okay, but it has to say vampire in the name.
Yes, if it says vampire in the name, it's a vampire card.
Okay, so it's worded a little weird, but it's kind of like how every other archetypal card is.
Yeah, so like you could probably just start your search by typing in like vampire for like that specific namesake. Read some of the cards, get a feel for what it is that they do. But if you're looking for base generic cards, you could probably then just search up zombie and maybe those cards can be splashed in as well. But you ready to get into deck building?
I would say so.
All right, let's do it.
Cowboy. Guys, we are here after 20 minutes, and I gotta tell you, I had never played vampires before. Like I said at the top of the episode, I may have made some mistakes in deck building, but I decided to kind of go for a strategy I did weeks ago in Speed Duel that I believe won me an episode, where I basically played all high-level monsters and easy ways to special summon them and just like overwhelm Dakota with an offensive maneuver. So we're trying to do that again, just with vampires and zombies. To start the deck off, I have 2 copies of Despair from the Dark. So if we sent from hand or deck to the graveyard by an opponent's card effect, I can special summon him. Dakota's probably not going to be doing that, but he is a target for a card you'll see later. Vampire Familiar, so this is a pretty good starter card. If it's special summoned, I can pay 500 life points, add 1 vampire monster from deck to hand, except Familiar. If this card is in the graveyard, I can send 1 vampire card from my hand or face of field to the graveyard, special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. So I can send it to the graveyard, and then I can special summon it with its own effect, pay 5, and get a vampire monster of my choice from deck to hand. Very nice to start. Vampire Genesis, the big boss monster for this deck. He can only be special summoned by banishing 1 vampire lord I control and not by other ways. Once per turn, I can discard a zombie, then target 1 zombie monster in my graveyard with a level less than the discarded monster and special summon it. Vampire Lord, then I have 2 of him. If this card inflicts battle damage to the opponent, I can declare a card, monster, spell, or trap, and Dakota will send 1 card of that type from deck to grave. And once per turn, during the next standby phase, if he was destroyed by an opponent's card effect, he gets special summoned. So that is not by battle, unfortunately. However, my next card, Vampire's Curse, is by battle. So he's a 6-star, 2000 attack. If he's destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, I can pay 500, special summon it during the standby phase of the next turn, and he gains 500 attack. Onto a pretty important card in this deck. I have 3 copies of Call the Mummy. It is a continuous spell card that says once per turn, I can special summon 1 zombie monster from my hand, and I must control no monsters to activate or resolve this effect. So this is a very, very easy way to get Despair from the Dark, Vampire Lord, or Vampire's Curse onto the field. And especially with Vampire Lord, if I can just get him on the field right away, go right turbo into Genesis. Then I have 3 copies of Vampire's Desire. I will not be using the first effect at all, but the second effect is to target 1 vampire monster in the graveyard, send 1 monster I control to the graveyard, and then I can special summon the targeted vampire monster. So that'll be nice to recycle some monsters. Vampire Awakening, I run 2 copies of that. I can special summon a vampire monster from the deck, but it gets destroyed in the end phase of this turn. So this is just a good way to cheat out any monster. Like if I have Genesis in the hand and no Lord, or a monster, I guess, I can special summon Lord from the deck and get out Genesis, or I can use my skill for the other ones. Wabaku, just because it's been used pretty good effect-wise with Dakota, so I figured, you know, why not get done on that a little bit, and you'll see some more of that later. Zone of the Spirit, so not only is he pretty much a mainstay at this point, he's also a zombie, so he fits the deck strategy pretty well. Side decking, I have another Despair, another Vampire's Curse in case I need to see more of them. I'm only running 1 Night Beam now, because, you know, it was kind of my downfall last time. Floodgate Chapel, 2 of them, running in the side deck. I couldn't find space in the main deck for these cards, which is okay, because at this point, Dakota pretty much bitch slapped me last time for main decking them, so I think they can sit a little to the side for now. Because it works so well for him, I have 1 copy of Waking the Dragon. I did not plan to run this card originally. I do have an extra deck, but it was just there to be a bluff, make him think I was going to do that, because I've done that before. But I couldn't find this card to fill this last spot, so I decided, you know what, we're just going to throw it in there anyway. And if game 1 goes to shit, maybe I can go into that. As far as the extra deck goes, it's a mirror of what I saw last time with a little flare in there. I have Cyber End Dragon, Dark Paladin, and Ultimate Ancient Gear Golem, and I know Dark Paladin is not summonable through this, but like I said, it was not my intention to originally use the card. So that's the deck. You know, it's Zombie Turbo, full on assault. And I think we can, as long as I can start off really fast and heavy, I think I can overpower Dakota, and we should do pretty good there. So let's get out there and see how we do.
All right, guys, we're back after 20 minutes, and as you saw, we have a mirror match on our hands. So because of the mirror, I don't want to dedicate completely to the same strategy that he'll probably have to dedicate as well. I'm expecting to run into max copies of Familiar and Retainer. It's a pretty good resource loop, but I think I have some other cards in here as well. It just comes down to if he's going to be playing exactly like other cards that I'm playing as well. That's where things are going to get a little bit tricky, but I also have some side deck options to, you know, cheat out a win here as well. So to start things off, we're playing 3 copies of Familiar. This one I actually really can use to a lot of effect because I am playing zombie monsters that I can search from the effect, where it's special summon and then add a vampire. I'm also playing 3 copies of Retainer, so I'm not playing any vampire spells or traps. I'm mostly just using this as 1, another vampire name that I can pitch off of the Familiar, and 2, just, you know, get away to special a free body without taking up my normal. 3 copies of Vampire Hunter. So this is a card that I'm curious on if he's going to be running as well, with this being a mirror match. This card has the effect that at the start of the damage step, if this card battles a dark monster, destroy that monster. So for both running this card, this will be actually quite interesting. But this is a card that, because his deck is going to involve turboing out the Genesis as fast as possible, there's nothing really I can do to stop him from that. So at least this way I don't have to, you know, out big his monster. I can just auto kill it. 1 Vampire Sorcerer, 1 because it's a name, 2 it has the effect if this card in your possession is sent to your graveyard by an opponent's card, add 1 dark vampire monster or vampire spell or trap from your deck to your hand. I can banish this from my graveyard. 1 dark vampire monster you normal summon can be summoned without tributing. So I only have 2 targets for this, but and at least for the secondary effect. But the fact that when it leaves the field, I can search, that's pretty good. We're playing 1 Vampire Lord. When it does battle damage, declare a card type, monster, spell, or trap, and my opponent has to send a card from their deck with that type. If it's destroyed by a card effect, it comes back during the next standby phase. Vampire's Curse, if it's destroyed by battle, I can pay 5. It comes back during the next standby phase, and it's 500 bigger. So this is definitely like the biggest card that I could summon. 3 Goblin Zombie. This card is just pretty good. I can just set this, have him attack into it, and then I get a search. 1 Zombina. If this is in my possession and destroyed either by battle or card effect, I can target a level 4 or lower zombie, special summon it. So just a way to always keep some field presence on the board. 2 Allure of Darkness. Mostly everything in here is dark except for the Zombina, so being able to draw cards is good. and 2 Soul Exchange. I do have 2 targets to tribute summon, so this is my out for Genesis as well. For the side deck, this is where things get really fun. DNA Surgery. I plan on declaring insects with this card, so I can also get access to the insect barrier, making insects unable to attack that my opponent controls. Not only that, but this card just completely shuts down his skill. Because his skill revolves him having to, you know, tribute vampires or changing the name of a zombie vampire. Now that they're no longer zombies, he can no longer summon the Genesis. So this is a really good way to just shut that down completely. It does shut down my skill card as well, but my skill card is just, you know, really bad compared to his. His actually has an objective. Mine just gives me life points. But I already have to be winning the game for that to even have any effect on the game state anyways. So I think it's a bad skill card, but I am still playing zombies. But hopefully this is enough to just, you know, take us home. For the side deck, I'm just playing the Alligator Sword Dragon and Arcana Knight Joker. I can't make this, but I'm putting them in here just in case if I'm setting cards, he might think that it's waking the dragon, you know, flashback. So, yep, that's the deck. So again, I am playing zombies, same as him, but I think his deck should be at least stronger just based on his skill card alone. But I think that with the side deck inclusion of the DNA Surgery, all I really need to see is that. I don't even need to see the insect barrier. DNA Surgery is pretty much just the cake, and insect barrier is just the icing on that. But even just for game 1, playing with what we have in the main deck, I have the draw power, I have outs to the Genesis with Soul Exchange, and Vampire Hunter just outs any dark. So I think all in all, this should hopefully get us to victory, but we'll see how the games go. All right, here we are, game 1.
Game 1.
How are you feeling about after deck building?
Classy, like
Classy.
The Lord of Transylvania himself.
Okay.
I would imagine it was quite a bit of reading for you, having to catch up on like what cards were out there.
Oh God, it was so much reading. So much reading. I did so much reading in the deck profile. I have none left for the actual duels. So.
Well, I have honestly no idea how this is gonna go. You know, it's interesting that this is actually our second mirror match. We both landed on Kaiba cards before, but those were at least different in the sense of like they had different play styles based on the skill cards. This is like, you know, either way you're playing vampires, so you're kind of stuck.
This could be a true mirror match.
Yeah.
If we're both playing right to the skill.
I'll tell you right now, I am playing the skill.
All right, me too. Yeah, honor or handshake. Yeah. Well, it appears The Rock has won me the coin toss again.
It has.
I'll give you the setup. Or I'll give you the first turn.
Okay.
I'll take the all right, we'll set up then. Yeah, I'll take the card.
I do have to flip this at the start.
Yeah, mine is not.
I think to start things off, I have a humble set and pass.
All right. Okay, I lied. I have to read quick.
Okay.
Okay. We're gonna start with Call of the Mummy. I will use that to special summon Vampire Lord.
Oh, there's no restriction on the card. Jesus.
Nope. I will then banish Vampire Lord to special summon Vampire Genesis.
Here he is. That was fast.
That was very fast. Like you said at the top, turbo.
It's pretty much what it does, yeah.
I'm just gonna activate my skill done.
Okay.
So H Vampire Genesis gets the following effect. If this card inflicts battle damage, which at this point it won't because your monster's defense, you can target one card in your opponent's graveyard and set it to your field. I'll just go straight to battle phase.
Sure.
And I will swing in. Batter. Okay. Yep, that'll do it.
I will draw. We'll go standby to main. I will use the effect in graveyard to special itself. I will pitch.
Then pick your card.
And then I will use its special summon effect. I will pay 5. Search for a vampire card. The answer becomes, which one do I want? Oh, this is actually quite simple. I will add to my hand
That's either good for me or bad.
the Vampire Hunter.
Yes.
I will normal, go to battle, and I will attack, and his effect will auto kill your card. And that is my turn.
I've just got a humble set, I guess. I'll pass.
All right, I will draw. Go standby to main. Let's go ahead and I will use the familiar engrave again. Special. I will pitch another one.
You drew all 3.
Eventually,
Jeez.
yes.
Jeez.
Yeah, I know. It's not great. We'll go ahead and I will grab the Vampire Lord. I will then sack one of these, and they do get banished to summon the Lord himself, and I will go to battle. This is any vampire monster. Yes. I was just checking over my skill again, if it was any vampire. I guess we'll go Vampire Hunter in.
That'll be my familiar.
And I will attack with Vampire Lord for 2k.
And then you will gain 1k, correct?
Half the total damage, correct.
Yes, so you will gain 1,000.
And then that will also trigger the Vampire Lord, and I will declare spell.
So I discard a spell from my deck.
And that is my turn.
Stand by 2 main.
Sure.
Oh boy. I'm gonna declare Call the Mummy to special summon a zombie.
Sure.
I'll do Vampire Familiar. Then I'm gonna activate Vampire's Desire, declaring the second effect.
Send one to the grave. Okay.
And I will target Vampire Genesis.
I believe it can only be summoned based on its restriction. It says must be special summoned. Or something for a different example is like Blue Eyes Alternative. Must first be special summoned by revealing Blue Eyes special from hand. After that requirement is fulfilled, if you wanted to Monster Reborn the alternative, you can.
Dude, I am so sick of this game and the constant yes you can, no you can'ts that are worded weirdly.
Yeah, so must be special summoned from your hand. So like that means it can't be special summoned other ways.
Well, I guess I can declare Vampire Familiar then. I'll pull Vampire's Curse to hand, and then I'm gonna sack and do my normal summon finally.
Finally.
For Vampire's Curse. Oh, we got a watcher. And he left.
He left.
It's like Vampire Mirror Match. Fuck this.
It's lame.
I'll go Battle Phase.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to swing into Vampire Lord.
To crash.
To crash.
Okay.
Yes. And then I will end turn.
So you're not using the effect?
I am, but it's during the next standby phase.
Well, you pay first if you're using the effect, and then it comes during the next standby. I mean, it's not gonna matter, right? Because
okay, yeah, I was just gonna pay it during your standby, but okay, yeah, I'll pay it now then.
Okay. Standby.
So this will come back.
Now he's 500 bigger. We'll go to main phase. Let's start with Allure. And we'll just banish this.
Oh, you did put the retainer in there.
Yep. I mean, this is still just pretty much game because this just auto kills your guy.
If you have 1,000, you can do it.
Normal.
Yeah.
Battle.
Yep. And 15.
Ah. All right.
Well.
Vampire Hunter for the win. Game 2.
Okay. Game 2.
Pick your poison, man.
I'm gonna go first this time.
Okay.
We'll see if it changes anything.
We'll see.
All right. I'm gonna start with a set, followed by a set. Tee it up, and over to you.
I will draw. We'll go standby to main. I'll start things off with a lure.
That is fine.
From here, I guess we'll just banish
The entire hand somehow. Not a single dark in there, who'd have thought?
I'll banish a goblin zombie.
Oh, we did build different decks. I like it.
And then I will normal summon Vampire Hunter.
All right, that's fine.
I'm going to set one, set two.
Whoa.
And I'm going to go battle, and I will get in there.
That will be my familiar.
All right, I will end.
Okay.
During the draw phase, I'm going to activate DNA surgery. I'm going to declare insect.
That's fine.
All right.
I'm going to declare the familiar in my graveyard. I will send another familiar.
Okay.
To special summon. Then I will declare pay 5. Let's do curse again. Then I have not normaled yet, right? Just as special?
Yep.
Okay. I'll sack off then.
Okay.
4 curse.
This one gets banished.
Which one?
It doesn't. They're the same. Just like when, yeah, when you use the special effect, they banish when they leave the field.
Okay. How do I go about this?
I don't know.
I think I just go battle.
Your guy will die.
I know what I'm doing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then I have no idea what you're doing. I am lost. This is either the biggest brain play ever. I just don't see it.
I can tell you it's not. I'll get another set. I can't. Sorry.
In the battle phase?
Yeah, I'm in battle phase, yeah.
All right.
I forgot I was in battle phase.
All right, I will draw. We'll go standby to main. Insect barrier. I will normal. Battle. Pass.
I'll declare the familiar from my graveyard again. I will send Vampire Lord to special. However, I will not use the effect.
Yeah.
I think what I'll do then, I'll do Vampire's Desire.
Okay.
Second effect. I will target the curse again. I will send the familiar. Whoa, look at you, but dude.
Game state.
Look at you. Bada bing, bada boom. I'm over to you, Cowpoke.
All right, I will draw. Standby to main.
Standby phase.
Sure.
I got Zoma.
Okay.
Reply.
All right, main phase. Let's go ahead and normal summon Goblin Zombie. Battle.
Mm-hmm.
Kill Zoma.
Okay.
I'll take 11. Attack and declare effect. And attack directly. All right.
Boy, that was a speed duel, all right.
That was a speed duel right there. Man.
Soul exchange.
Soul exchange, just in case I needed a answer to out the Genesis if you got it out too quickly.
Case in point, did.
Whoa, what the fuck?
What?
Despair?
Yeah. It's a call the mummy target. It's a way to get a big body on the board.
Sure, okay, yeah.
I don't have any low-level monsters in my deck except for Zoma, technically.
You went about this way different than I was expecting.
Well, just for added measure. Yeah.
Yeah. Based on last week's episode, I was not playing back row removal at all. Not even in the side.
Honestly, that was a side in too. I didn't play it in game one. I thought about just leaving the extra deck there and not having Waking the Dragon and making you think I'm playing it, but I was like, I have a free space. I might as well just throw it in there.
Well, that's what I did with my extra deck. I can't make anything in it, but I figured that in the main deck, I don't have anything that I want to set, but I had the DNA and barrier in the side deck. So if I start setting things, you know, you might start thinking I have it as well. So
yeah, no, I saw you set and I was like, okay, that's different. I did not expect you to play DNA insect barrier.
Yeah. Well, because like not only is it like, you know, pretty cheeky, the combination of these two cards anyways, but the fact that DNA surgery alone shuts off your skill and like some of your cards. I mean, technically it shuts off mine too, but like mine's already a shitty ass skill card anyway. So like the fact that I don't gain life points from battling, it's like, I don't care. I mean, I want to try to take control of the game.
Realistically too, I don't know why I didn't play Vampire Hunter.
Yeah, I don't know why either, because like you know that we're both playing zombies. Typically it's a dark oriented strategy.
Well, you say that, but there have been like 4 or 5 episodes where we get this thing and you just do something completely fucking different.
What do you mean?
What I said, like we get like a skill and it's like, okay, we're gonna lock you into this, and then you're like, nah.
I don't know what you mean. What have I done?
Like, I don't think it's been as specific as like play vampire, but I can't remember. What was last week you kind of did it.
Koala?
Yeah, where it's like, okay, we're playing Koala and this, and then you're throwing like Lava Golem and Waking the Dragon at me and all this other stuff.
I think that was all like
that is not what I expected at all out of this.
Well, I mean, I think that those were like meta choices, though. It's like Koala. What does Koala do? Well, it burns your opponent. Okay. Burn cards. What burns? Okay. Lava Golem. That's a good way because you're only playing defense, so you're not really attacking, even though I have the capability of attacking. But if you're playing a bigger guy, like there's no way that I can clear it. So Lava Golem serves 2 purposes. It clears and it burns. And Waking the Dragon, again, was just a meta call because, again, you're main decking back row removal. So I think that was all part of the strategy, because it's like if I wasn't playing it, like I wouldn't have even been playing Kangaroo. Like Kangaroo's just a pretty shit card. You know, you land on a card like this, I thought that you were going to be playing like all these vampire cards, like Familiar, and like the cat, whatever that one was.
Now, to be honest, most of them kind of suck to me. Like, obviously, Hunter's a good one for the mirror matchup. Probably the best one is Hunter for the mirror matchup.
Yeah.
But yeah, the rest of them, I was just like, I don't know, they're like okay to mid at best.
I think they're great because it's an infinite like resource loop, because you pay 5, but it's like this one Familiar searches
not great in Speed Duels.
I think that's actually great, because it's like you're getting you're getting the special, which means you don't use your normal. And if you have both in the grave, you're getting 2 specials on the same turn and 2 additional cards. You're getting a monster and a spell / trap.
Oh, you meant those.
And
if
plus,
you have both, yeah, I'm saying like I didn't play the other one. What is it? The
Retainer.
I don't see it. Yeah.
Yeah. So like Familiar searches the monster, so that searches you your Vampire Lord or your Vampire Genesis or your Retainer if that's what you're looking for. And then Retainer searches for the spells, which you're playing max copies of that, but you could have been also playing the Trap card, which is a special from deck. So the special from deck is useful for the strategy as well, because it specials from deck, but it auto kills the card during the end phase. But it's like you could use it to either block a attack so you don't take direct damage, or if you know it doesn't get used that way, the fact that it still dies during the end phase is still a benefit, because now you have it in the graveyard ready for next turn. So that's why I say that those cards are good. And plus, like, you could just turbo one of them out by playing something like Foolish Burial. So like even if you don't see one of the names, or you see like Retainer and Familiar both in your hand but with a Foolish, like instead of having to set one of them and wait for the next turn to use their effect, you can just Foolish one now, pitch one, and then special one, get the resource, and now that you pitch the other name, now you can use that one to special itself, and then now you get 2 of the resources.
Well, after today, I think I can confidently say that I was supposed to deliver you a message today before we started, but I think it's more fitting now.
What?
Chelsea says that you're a bully.
I'm a bully.
And you should let me win once in a while. Like, no, that's not him.
No. I mean, even when we had Steven and Brittany and Cameron over here, like I squashed Cameron. I don't give a shit.
Like I said the other episode, you're too goddamn competitive sometimes.
I don't see it that way. I see it as like,
oh, of course you don't.
Well, because it's like, think about it like this. You take it easy. Do they really learn a lesson?
Well, for Cameron's case, you're saying, is he taking it easy? He's 10, 12. He's not going to know the game like we do.
Well, that's...
Hell, I don't even know the game like you do.
But that's fine. But I also put it onto like one's character. So again, like when I would get squashed by Mike at the time when we were kids,
yeah,
I would get absolutely destroyed. But me as a person never took that as like, oh, well, I should just give up now. I'm never going to get good. No, I was always like, what did I do wrong? Because I did something and that's why I lost.
I just made a great connection.
What?
If we were in the anime, you are 100% Seto Kaiba.
Kaiba's like my favorite character.
You are 100% Seto Kaiba.
Why?
It's all about power. Fuck everybody else. You know, I don't need friends. You know, and now that I'm in charge, it's all about winning. Well, you are 100% Seto Kaiba.
That's the point of the game, though, is to win.
See, that's where I think I'm more like Yugimoto, where I'm like, I don't have to always win. I'm okay with having fun.
What are you talking about? Yugi always won. Yugi, like...
Small Yugi, not Pharaoh.
Yugi lost, like, what, 1, maybe 2 duels?
Technically, well, how many duels did we actually see Small Yugi do?
I saw him lose like maybe 1 actual game. I think that there's like 2 other losses that you could say that he lost the duel, but one person tried to make him feel bad by attempting suicide, and the other one, he had actually a card that would have won him the game, but he chose not to play it to try to teach the girl Rebecca a lesson.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
But
it's not all about winning.
Yeah, but
with Yugi, it is a little different too, because 9 times out of 10 he was dueling, the fucking world was at stake. So
yeah,
it's a little different. You can't really compare. We're just a YouTube series.
Yeah. All right, guys, that's going to bring an end to this episode. Thanks again for watching. If you liked the video, like, comment down below. We want to see your feedback. Also, consider hitting that subscribe button. Stay up to date for more content just like this. Cody, final response, last words.
We're going to find out if my hair can get shorter, apparently.
Every time you lose, are you just going to take an inch off?
Take one hair out. See, I've already started.
Yeah. Am I driving you that crazy?
I'm not literally tearing it out yet, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had worse. You know, this is only my second loss in a row. I've had worse. See Revision series where I lost for like 3 months straight.
All right, guys, we'll see you next time. Bye.